Hi, my name is Maggie Gaddis. I'm the Executive Director of the Colorado Native Plant Society, and I'm really excited to spend a few minutes with you telling you about all the cool work we do in the natural resource management area and specifically regarding native plants. So in the next few minutes, I'll tell you about our projects with Colorado Parks and Wildlife, United States Forest Service, and Jefferson County Open Space. And if you're interested in engaging in any of these projects, please reach out and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you. The Colorado Native Plant Society is dedicated to furthering the knowledge, appreciation, and conservation of native plants and habitats of Colorado through education, stewardship, and advocacy. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 of our statewide funded projects. The first is the United States Forest Service Rocky Mountain Native Plant Materials Program. The second, Jefferson County Open Space Native Plant Growth Study. And third, the Colorado Parks and Wildlife funded statewide Natural Heritage Survey. If you are interested in pursuing your own research questions, hopefully these projects will inspire you. If you are just getting your feet wet and you want to get into the projects we've already developed, there's also opportunity for that and also some funding. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to hear from lots of different voices. This is a compilation of work we've done, and enjoy.
We're facing the twin crises of climate change and biodiversity loss. Even in my lifetime, I've seen how much the pace and scale of environmental degradation has increased. We're losing whole ecosystems. And so for me, figuring out ways how we can return at least part of the function and structure of those systems to continue to provide ecosystem benefits is really important.
Our landscapes started to see some degradation. We started to see some disturbance that were anthropogenic. We still, within our hearts, feel like we know we did something wrong that we need to fix. And so the whole concept of restoration is, okay, let's take this situation that's been changed and let's see what we can do to bring it back to more of its natural state.
And now we'll hear about the Rocky Mountain Native Plant Materials Program, United States Forest Service. And our chief partner here is the Colorado Natural Heritage Program.
To give you an overview of our program goals, essentially we were here this season to collect native seeds across Region 2 for Forest Service restoration efforts. And these efforts refer specifically to these 2 objectives.
Hello, my name is Blake Granquist, and I'm a botanist for the Colorado Natural Heritage Program. It's been an absolute honor to be able to serve as the role of a botanist. One of the main roles that I do in the position that I have right now is identifying plants of special concern for restoration purposes so that we may harvest them for seed, and then that seed can be grown out and then used for restoration for Forest Service lands. I think this work has been particularly rewarding for me because of all the partnership opportunities. I'm so grateful to have involvement with the Colorado Native Plant Society, and I think it has just been so great to also become involved with the Forest Service adjacent with the Colorado Natural Heritage Program. I find the work out in the field to be extremely therapeutic and healing for me. Just spending time outside has always been a very important thing for me, and I feel like I've been able to really learn a lot about myself, but also how complicated plant identification can be at times. It's one of those things where you think you know a lot until you realize you definitely don't know as much as you thought you had. So it's a very humbling experience, and very grateful for all the learning opportunities that I've had. Extremely grateful for my crew lead, who has been very great at guiding me into learning how to be a better botanist. And I think overall, this work could be a really great fit for anybody who is passionate about being outside, passionate about making the planet a healthier, happier place, or even just getting to learn a little bit more about the natural world that surrounds us.
Now we're going to hear from some of the land managers.
All right, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Maggie. I'm the Executive Director of the Colorado Native Plant Society.
Hey there, I'm Anna. I work with Jefferson County Open Space as a Natural Resources Specialist on the Plant Ecology team.
And hi, I'm Donna Shorak. I work for the U.S. Forest Service for the Rocky Mountain region. I'm a vegetation ecologist and native plant materials coordinator.
And why should interns be interested in participating in your projects?
Well, I'll go first. Everyone should join the Colorado Native Plant Society in our work because there's no other great way to learn your native plants here in Colorado. When I was in grad school, I became a member. I learned what I know from being part of the society, but I've applied it to my research life and to my personal recreational life. So I feel like if you have a need to know the native plants, you should come work with CONIPS.
Awesome. I think interns should be interested in being involved in programs at Jefferson County Open Space, similar to what Maggie said. Really just getting out in the field and experiencing the landscape can really help you learn your native plants, your non-native plants. It can really also just help you get in touch with all the different sides of land management. You can learn about invasive species management, the different stuff happening in our forests in terms of wildfire mitigation and ecological enhancement, and then learning about more of our inventory and monitoring side of the program, which involves our plant ecology and wildlife. So really just learning about all those different pieces involved in land management, getting involved in seed collections, and learning about how to help our native plant materials program grow.
All right. Well, building on that, those all sound like great opportunities. For the Forest Service, we have so many offices throughout Colorado, so you can gauge anywhere locally, but also there are a lot of opportunities to learn and contribute in field studies, but also lab studies. Our Native Plant Materials program is so new that we need to learn in so many ways. So if you're interested in setting up your own research project, we have a lot of questions that we could address and answer with your help. It's super fun and a way to get outside and participate. So hopefully you'll choose our projects.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Jefferson County Open Space Plant Growth Study. This is pretty far reach for you folks, but this is a pathway of research that we could definitely engage you in, and it's more on the horticulture side of things. In this study, we have grown 1,400 native plants of 8 native species. We have mixed these treatments you see here. And so we started in the greenhouse. Now we're planting out in the field in a restoration context, and we're measuring it all along the way and using community scientists to assist the project. So this is going to be in a data analysis phase, but this would bring someone proximate to working with some statistical applications and also bringing this to publication and to conference. Poster needs to be made, all such things. Also, a greenhouse study is a pretty simple study that can be done in lots of different places. So we can mentor you and you could run that study in your own academic environment with your PI. All right. Now, finally, we're going to hear a quick piece about the statewide natural heritage survey. And the bottom line is, in this one, it's like geocaching for rare plants. We're looking for native plants, but they're rare. They haven't been observed in a really long time.
Last year, about a year and a week ago, we got funded to complete the statewide natural heritage survey. It's an expansive project. It's going to level up the natural heritage data of Colorado. And it will be surveys across the state mapping our rare species and habitats so that we can plan on their behalf. In order to do this, we're engaging Colorado's community scientists to greatly expand our reach. This is a rather large state, and we only have 50 permanent staff, plus our technicians. You spread that many people out across the state and their ability to cover ground is pretty limited. So we need help from our community science partners to magnify this effort.